What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. The link will be in the description box below. Black life versus blue privilege. I mean, as anybody with any common sense could see, police brutality season has started again, right? I don't know when it ever stopped, but you see the stories coming out, and you better believe there's going to be more and more stories, right? So people complain. They say, or that people are complaining about police brutality. Like people complain that black people are complaining about police brutality. But once again, you got cops not getting charged. You got cops getting caught on camera. You got cops who are just doing reckless stuff, right? Cops who are getting caught doing things. Some of them being fired, some of them just pay vacation, right? But as I sit here and I think about it, people come up with all of these ridiculous arguments. You know, the reason why all this brutality is because these cops don't have training. That's a lie. If a cop pulls a black male over, he might have his gun out. He pulls anybody else over, including black women, he's not gonna have his gun out. You know, he just shot a teenager in the forehead with a rifle at because they were leaving a party. And from my understanding, cop came to the car, let off a shot, the kid ducked, and when the kid got back up, the cop shot him in the head. Now, to you, that's an execution. Because if somebody shoots at you, you're gonna duck, right? You know. But what's more important is the cover-ups. This is why I say black life versus blue privilege. Because when it comes to black males in particular, um, blue privilege is greater than our lives. You know, I felt scared. I thought something was gonna happen. The car was was aggressive. He looked like the Hulk. I thought that 12-year-old was 20. I, even though he was naked, I I was nervous. He though he laid down on the ground with his hands up, I felt threatening. I'm the one with the gun, so I shot him. Why why is this stuff going to continue? Because let's be honest. Black life is worth less than blue privilege. How many different states got to go at it? How many times you hear states, one higher up police officer saying, you know what, we did wrong, we got to pay up in this situation. We got to fix this because we created a monster. You don't hear that, you know. And thus, people, blue lives matter. Well, when are blue lives in jeopardy like black lives? See, because in some ways, that's just a racist way of saying we should be able to kill you, like we've been doing, like the police were founded on doing, catching you, locking you up, and even killing you. That's what we should. That's what we continue to do. That's what we should continue to do. So going back a little bit, this is what I mean by the lie of training. When they shot Tamir Rice, the guy said he looked 20. You telling me you don't know what a kid looks like? You don't know what a kid's built like anymore because they're black? No, that's just the excuse. You can use these excuses with black people. And on the flip side of that, what was it? The Asian guy that got taken off the plane? Why do you think that was such an uproar? There were black cops that had to take him off that plane. It is what it is. Like though, if it was white cops that drug him off the plane, no problem at all. Probably got a cheer, a couple of woohoos, claps, and everything. And people try to act like this isn't a fact and it doesn't exist this way. But Show me any other race of males who 12-year-olds get shot in the park. Show me any other race of males who teenagers get shot leaving a party. I mean, what's really, how different is it from this recent killing than with Jordan Davis? Just because one guy's a cop and one guy's not, right? But see, black cops can't do that, isn't it? Aren't there two black cops in Louisiana in jail right now? But they got a but their black lives, once again, even under blue privilege, are worth, less than blue privilege. They can't even hide behind the badge like their coworkers, like their Caucasian coworkers, like their Asian coworkers, like their Hispanic coworkers. You can't hide. So when you out here just trying to live your life, you got to ask that question, like, okay, what can they do to me and get away with? And when you look through even recent history, you don't have to start from the beginning of American history to now. You can just look at recent history. What are they going to do when blue lives take black lives? Absolutely nothing. You know, I see people, buying plenty of those blue lives, uh, blue lives matter flags or whatever, those cop flags. But you know what I don't see? I don't see any of these people like, that was wrong. Because in their mind, it's not wrong. They killed that guy unjustly. Not in their mind. Everything is a just killing. Because once you put a badge on and you pull a bullet and you put a bullet into somebody that's black, particularly black male, that's not a crime in America. I mean, that's part of what law enforcement was built on in the first place. You know, And the idea that you got to keep coming out over and over and over, spinning it. When we already know, the FBI has those papers out there about the racists who infiltrated the police department, which I don't honestly believe you could infiltrate a police department with racists because they were always racist. It's just some extra. They got extras now. They got racists plus some more racists. Like doesn't even add up. You know, what? Let's just quickly talk about the idea that besides training, that there is no justice. Like if somebody killed, if somebody acted like cops did to, let's see, to other cops' children, all of a sudden that would be an issue. I don't even. Of course, racially, if you have a black cop shooting a white high school student after they leave a party and telling the media to quote unquote cover it up because you don't want to get in trouble. You're not gonna really see that happen in America because even that black cop knows that ain't gonna work out too well. Now, the same thing with this blue privilege goes with the ability to break the law outside of black people. Cop get pulled over for a speeding ticket, they pull out their badge. Cop get into a fight in public, they pull out their badge, whether they on, and I'm talking about when they're off duty. I was about to say whether they're on duty or off duty, but when you're working, it's your job to make sure confrontations don't happen. So if you got to stop a confrontation, you got to stop a confrontation. That's part of the occupation. But you get your car. But going back to what I was saying, they get their car towed. I'm a cop. They can do They park in a handicapped spot. I can do this because I'm a cop. Blue privilege. So to be able to do so much negativity in the world while you so supposed to be spreading positivity, it all looks suspect. Because if Asian cops just start shooting white kids going to parties that is from the ages of 12 to 65, you'd be screaming deportation. Same thing with Hispanics, right? Now, if we started doing it, you're gonna claim big angry black men who can't control their temper. At the same time, you know, nobody yells when these cops do this stuff. Take their money, take their pension, make them work a regular job. If because most of them don't go to jail, you should be able to be entitled to the things that they deem valuable, or some of the things that they deem valuable. So in my opinion, black life is worth less than blue privilege. And as you can see, I'm tired, so I got to get out of here. But that's my take on the country. Peace.